Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, theories, updates, and more. I'm Chris, and even though we have pretty much all of the information for Godzilla vs. Kong that we will probably be getting until the movie comes out this month, just around the corner, we did get one last hurrah from Total Film magazine. They came out with these new images that we're going to go over and take a look at, but even more than that, it came out with a really awesome pull quote from the director of the film, where he explains two important details. One, he talks about how this will not have the Batman vs. Superman effect, meaning there won't be a team up and we will have a definite winner. And two, he talks about how there will be a lot of new monsters introduced in this film. And we'll cover both of those quotes and show you the new images in this video today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you love to stay up to date on all of this major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and more. And turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our daily updates. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter @TheCultureChris for live updates. So, new images and two new pull quotes talking about important details. Let's start with those images. These are some really cool, clean, crisp pictures that are come out from the trailers and the pictures that we've seen so far. I don't think anybody can dispute that the cinematography of this movie is going to be absolutely out of this world. We have that insane aircraft carrier scene that has now been confirmed to last 18 minutes, plus these scenes in the futuristic Tokyo and many other locations. Now, these pictures specifically that we see of Godzilla and Kong are in this neon lit city, which is believed to be Tokyo, and we also see a few other pictures like of the gang, Millie Bobby Brown and company. So that's all really exciting stuff, and it is always really cool to see Godzilla and Kong in action, especially finished and polished over like in these images. But I find a lot more interesting the quote from the magazine during the interview that they had with the director, where he talks about these two things I brought up before. The first one being the winner, and he talks about the Batman versus Superman effect. This is what he had to say specifically when he was asked about whether or not there would be an actual winner. He says, "Absolutely. I felt like I would have walked away from the movie at any point if I was pushed in a corner where there wasn't going to be a definite winner to it. Part of the reason I wanted to direct this film in the first place is because I wanted to win an argument that I had with my friend back in second grade, where we were arguing who would win in a fight, Godzilla or King Kong. I knew who I thought should win 100%, and I thought my friend was 100% wrong. So flash forward 30 years and here I am. This is the pettiest directing gig that I have ever taken, because it's to win a fight with a second grader." So I suppose if we can go back and find his friend from second grade who he got in this argument, we would know who he wanted to win, and we could find out who would win this fight. And we also need to try to dissect what win this fight means. It says definite winner. I don't know if that actually suggests that Kong or Godzilla will actually die, or if they'll actually bow down in defeat. You know, King Kong and Godzilla are two characters who are extremely well known in the comics and in the storylines for going head to head. So when this comes to being all said and done, will one bow down to the other? Because that is defeat. Doesn't necessarily mean somebody has to die. Now, the introduction of monsters to the Monsterverse has all begun with Skull Island, the Godzilla movies, and is all getting kicked off for the big explosion into the Monsterverse with Godzilla vs. Kong. So we don't necessarily need the both of them moving forward, and that's not to say that one couldn't make an appearance after having been quote-unquote dead for a long time, years later down the road. King Kong or Godzilla Resurrection. I can already see the title and the poster of the movie now. That being said, it is important to realize what we were talking about just a few seconds ago about the introduction to the Monsterverse. There are a lot of movies that have plans to be made in this universe where all of these monsters are created, or where these titans exist. And that's something else they talked about in this interview that I found very interesting. And that is the introductions to monsters and Easter eggs that we will be able to find throughout this movie. And regarding this, the director has to say, we've got all kinds of really great monsters in this, some brand new ones. There's tons of surprises and, you know, plenty of stuff for people to obsess over. And hopefully some really good toys will come out at the mall. Now, this is a very exciting reference because this is the monster verse after all, not the Godzilla and the King Kong verse. This is going to expand to all sorts of numbers of titans, maybe even new monsters that haven't even been introduced before or haven't really had an opportunity to have their own time in the spotlight. And based off of what we've heard from Legendary, there are huge plans moving forward with this franchise. So it makes a lot of sense for them to start wanting to introduce and adapt these monsters to fit into the universe that they are creating, this monster verse. And for me, that is the more exciting pull quote out of all of this, including even the midges. It's nice to hear that they are going to start dropping these Easter eggs, making these connections to different characters, different monsters, and different storylines that they can follow out through here. So like I was saying, in particular, Godzilla vs. Kong, based off of King of Monsters, based off of Skull Island, was all built to hype up the franchise. And the winner of this fight will ride off into the horizon as King of the Monsterverse. So I've asked it once before, but I'm going to ask it again. Let me know who you think is going to reign King of the Monsterverse. Hashtag Team Godzilla or hashtag Team Kong, and let me know who you think some of these monsters that are going to be introduced into the Monsterverse in this movie are going to be. Very excited to hear your guys' answers and always to converse with you guys down in the comments section. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you found this video useful, helpful, or entertaining, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any more of our daily uploads. We'll be talking about Godzilla vs. Kong at length this month as the movie is coming out soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you right here on the next one on Cosmic Culture.